Oh my God. Oh God, my God. It's so good. Oh God, it's unbelievable. It's so good.
Shut up, Wesley.
Hey, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Everybody does it sometimes. I went to town on myself this morning. That's why I look so relaxed right now.
God, this whole ship is gross.
Mocklins, many of them, ready to be adventurous.
I can promise you that if anyone comes at you or tries to take you down, I'm gonna mess them up first.
Tingles. I feel as if I have been standing my entire life and I just sat down.
Really? This is my job? How did I win at life? But I did. I've won. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, you look like the guy who's on the list because you know the DJ.
I would be happy to attempt sexual relations with you, Lieutenant.
Tractor beam activated. It's pulling us in. Oh no!
You ever see a picture of a caterpillar pupa?
Come on.
But it was the thought that counted.
But it was the thought that counted. Exactly.
Hey, man, I'm on your side. I always knew Isaac was a scumbag. Only had one thing on his mind, that guy. You're better off with that one.
I am sorry you are upset. Perhaps you are on your period.
I wish to bring you erotic pleasure. Let us experience this sexual event.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a new fun thing.
Now entering Glory Hole.
Egotastic FunTime. Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to an official, a real one, an actual one, talking the Orville live show explosion on Egotastic FunTime. This was an impromptu live show because there's exciting news. I'm usually streaming on Twitch on Thursdays, but nay, will that happen, for now it is worthy of the tubes of you. We finally have some good news, so moving forward in the Orville universe, you guys, I can't believe it. We've waited so long. It's been so tough. It's been so tough. The pandemic has been tough in the entire world for many reasons, but one big reason it's been tough for me is it has taken the Orville and smashed it down and said you have to wait until we can get back into production. Well, the waiting as far as them getting back into production, it seems is over, you guys. So we have to get back. We have to get excited. We have to... Is the music stopping? It probably did. It probably stopped. But hey, the music of my excitement will carry us through, you guys. The Orville is apparently back in production. I just needed one little tidbit of information to let me know this is happening. And I have that information. I'm going to show it to you guys. I'm so excited. I know that the cast and crew have been dying to get back into the studio, but of course, because of, you know, apocalypse procedures, you know, they were Hall of Hollywood was shut down. Some productions were able to get back into the studios of different types of smaller productions. The Orville has been waiting to get everything in place, you know, COVID procedures for their type of production, and for the okay from the Fox studio to come back home and start season 3 back up. And we're here to talk about it. We're here to be excited about it. We're here to love this community, love this fandom, love this franchise. And soon I'll be going live again this week if I can find the time. I have such a hard time finding any time to do anything the last week or two because, you know, Daddy got bills to pay. So I've been scrounging around for money everywhere, working odd jobs here and there to get that rent paid. But once I get caught up, it's going to be Orville. Well, not 24/7. I gotta sleep, and I still got work to do. But hey, how's it going, everybody? You excited for more Orville? Let's see who is here right now, and I'm gonna show you guys the goods. The goods. I got a picture. I got a post. I got everything to let us know that they're going back. They're going back right now. Adam of Grey Skull, Archmage Frey, Ashley Stephen Root, Bruce Wayne, Master Bruce, official channel member Curtis Tate, Frank Hill, Harrison Smith, Hellrats96, JB Joy Don, official channel member Lord Thoth, Mark Termel, Michael Alton, Species 1571, and more names are popping in. Bird of Prey, I don't think you're here. I think you're here now. Bird of Prey, what's going on? And let's get back to the chat. And more people are coming in. Yeah, it's about time. It's been, what, 7-8 months? Let's see. They got shut down by the world back in March, the very beginning of March. Fox was kind enough to pay people's salaries through April, which they didn't have to do that, but they did. But anyway, they were shut down in March, April, May, June, July, August, September, a day I'll always remember, October, and now we just started November. Did you rock the vote? Did you choose or lose, you guys? Did you get out the vote? That was, I don't know, a year ago, I guess. It feels like forever ago, but it doesn't matter. None of that matters. None of that politics stuff matters because the Orville is coming back to us. They're going to finish out this season, you guys. I'm so excited. Biggest season yet. There's been some interviews lately. I know that Eric Moran recently, a week or so ago, interviewed John Cassar, you know, executive producer, one of the main directors of the Orville. They're excited to come back and get this season finished out. It's gonna be the biggest season they've ever done, and they've all said that we are going to have our minds blown when we see this new season. It is a huge upgrade. Tom Casey, thank you very much. Oh, Tom Casey. I got my sound drops back, most of them. So since Tom Casey is the first person to do a super chat, let's go ahead and give him one of the biggest sound drops I have and the most apropos sound drop for this stream and this celebration. Take it away, Elgato Stream Deck. The Orville is coming back, you guys. More adventures in the 25th century with our favorite crew of our favorite ship in the Union, you guys. The Orville with Captain Ed Mercer. We got Kelly Grayson. We got Bordis. We got, I want to say Penny Johnson Gerald, but no. We got Claire Finn. We got, we might have Alara once or twice if things are true. Tala, Gordon, John, Lieutenant Dan. Clyden will be there as well, you guys. It's going to be absolutely amazing. This one goes out to Tom Casey, The Orville. Season 3 coming out on Hulu. A ways from now, because I got a lot to do, you guys. When was the last time you heard that entire song, beginning to end? Tom Casey says, yay, The Orville is going to be back eventually. LOL. Nice to see you, JV. Nice to see you, too. It is coming back. I'm guessing it's going to take quite a few months to finish out the rest of the season. They got the first half of the season done in the can. Well, at least half the episodes in the can. They're not, they're not, what's the word? Consecutive episodes. That's not how they're filming things. That's not how most shows film things, and a lot of movies either. And this is more like a movie for season 3. But they got the first half-ish episodes in the can, produced, edited, all that great stuff. There's probably got some bells and whistles they got to attach to them. They got to get the music going, you guys. I don't know how they're going to do that. Probably some pods. I do know they have some alternate ways of getting the music recorded, which is great. Lots of things have been figured out over the months all across not only the world, but through Hollywood, productions, all that stuff. So it's exciting news. Not messing with you, Eddie. Not messing with you at all. Working 9 to 5. I'm bringing you the best Orville information I can give you. Don't be messing with me, man. Half of the filming done, not in order. Mostly, not mostly. Some of it's not in order because that's just inefficient when you're filming. If you got a big old scene set up and it's going to come in handy for other episodes, you film those parts of the episodes right then and there, as opposed to tearing it down and then rebuilding the whole thing. That's how just about every single movie is made. And this season is going to be 11 one-hour minimum movie quality episodes. So they're really excited to show it to us, but they've had to sit on it forever. But, they got the trailer ready. The trailer will probably be coming out anytime now. Did they do... They must have already done New York Comic-Con. Yeah, New York Comic-Con was supposed to be October, wasn't it? Anyway, I know they've been sitting on all this stuff ready to get it out to us, but of course it makes no sense to put it out 5 months ago and then nothing happens. So they've been waiting to get back in production so they can show us all the stuff they've been working on through the whole pandemic. They just can't film, but they were working on as much other stuff as they could. All the effects, which the effects take the longest time anyway, so I'm glad we got a head start on all of that stuff. All the effects were not delayed at all. They were working on it the whole time, so it's all good. It's a priority. Seth MacFarlane just said a couple of weeks ago on Jessica Zor's Instagram that, yeah, the show is a huge priority to him, and he loves the longevity that the series has. He thinks the show has great longevity, especially because of the characters. It's the characters that people keep coming back for with this show. I know that's why I love the 25th century sci-fi spaceship adventures that they have, and the social, you bring up social issues and fun adventures, but it's the characters that keep bringing us back. Most people come back week after week for Lieutenant Dan. We know this is true. Let's not pretend that there's any other reason. It's all about Lieutenant Dan. He carries the show, you guys. And because of that, I have to give us a...
Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish. Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
Love having my sound drops back. The burn. So far, I'm enjoying season 3 of Discovery. Usually there's only 3 or 4 things per episode that kind of annoy me, but they're all small things, which is a nice change of pace. Yeah, we want spin-off shows. I want more. More! The latest comic book, the Orville comic book Heroes, which is a Talos story, just came out. I have not had the time at all to read it yet. I have been nonstop every day, just getting any work I can get right now, because I had a bunch of stuff come up that I didn't expect. I'm like, oh my God, I have to stop doing Egotastic FunTime for a week or 2 and just go take care of business. So I've been doing that. Haven't had time to make videos, but I got time to do some live streams. James Owen, you guys.
Show no mercy. We fight for the glory of Avis.
Great news. It's been a while almost. It's been a while. It's been a while. Can't wait. I'm sure we're going to wait a while because it's going to take time to get the second half of the season done. But at least by then, during the time that they're filming, we're going to get lots of updates, lots of behind-the-scenes pictures from the cast and the crew, as we always have. And I always collect that stuff and show it to you guys. We're going to have the trailer, you know, probably a teaser and then a regular trailer, and then we'll probably get another trailer after that. If everything goes smoothly, if they don't get shut down again, if there's not some COVID infection that hits the crew or something like that and shuts it down for a few weeks, I'm hoping we can get season 3 finished and up into our eyeballs by hopefully spring, late spring, early summer. That's my hope. But also they got a lot of stuff done, so who knows what they might decide. They weren't able to figure out what they want to do going forward as far as releasing the show and how they might want to release the show until they were able to get back into the studio and assess the situation. There's no reason to come up with any plans until they get in there and they see how it goes and how the production goes and things like that. So now that they're going back, I'm sure we're going to be getting some news as to release dates, schedule. Maybe because they have so many episodes done, they'll start releasing episodes while finishing up other episodes, which makes sense as well. They've done that a little bit before in the past anyway. The show will be out and there'll still be a couple episodes where they got to shoot some pickup scenes and things like that, and put all the bells and whistles. They're usually working almost up to the premiere dates of the episodes on stuff to get these things out to us. So I'm hoping that we'll get some news very soon as to what their planned schedule is. Let's see. Disco is setting up the validation of their Spore drive. Well, they're getting rid of Stamets from the Spore drive, which is a huge thing that I don't like. One of the many things I don't like about the Spore drive. But I can get over the Spore drive as long as they just go places with it and don't make it a big to-do. Black alert. Oh, hook up Stamets now that they're 900 years in the future. But yeah, Spore drive initially is a dumb idea. It doesn't work. But it's another universe. I don't care what they do in another universe. Just leave my legacy universe alone. I know. I can't wait for the new Orville episode. So what I'm going to do soon, you guys, I don't know exactly when, but it's going to be very soon. I just have to find time. As I'm going to do, we're going to do another live reading of the latest episode of the Orville Season 2.5 Heroes Part 1. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. It came out yesterday. So don't forget to pick that up at your, either on Amazon or your local comic book store. Support local comics if you can. I do know that digital is the way a lot of people like to do things nowadays, and also it's safer in certain areas. The Federation of Time Travel. What's up, Saber? Holograph Seth McOrville is back. Yeah, you guys are getting into a bunch of canon stuff that I can't even verify is true canon, or stuff that people just assumed is true, which is what I usually come across in most cases. But also different universe, I don't care. As long as the stories are good. The first 2 seasons, the stories were horrible. Horrible. The burn was AI from Picard. I hope not. I hope there's absolutely no connection to Picard and whatever's going on to Discovery. I think that'd be the best way they can do it. They've already made a lot of great reboots and upgrades to their season. The show might be decent. What's up, Lord Thoth? How's life been treating you? Doing good? Ooh, some ways I'm doing good, and other ways I'm doing really bad. As far as mood, I'm in a new relationship with somebody great, so that's awesome. But then there's the other side of things. I'm like, oh, I kind of need a roof over my head, so I better get some stuff in order. So I've been doing food deliveries the last week. Desperate thing out there to bring in some money real quick because I had some bills hit that I didn't expect at all. But once I get caught up a little bit over a week or so, back to business, back to the ego, you guys. Yeah, dilithium is more of like a regulator type thing, right? You want Enterprise J full stop? Where are you going to get Enterprise J from? It's not going to be in Discovery. That might be in Picard, right? You could probably get Enterprise J in Picard. Where are they at in Picard when it comes to Enterprise? What's up, Belinda Zuniga? How you doing? Jaloja. Jaloja to you. Let's give you a Jaloja.
Jaloja!
Ah, still waiting for your Plex. I don't even know if I have an account, actually, now that I think of it. I think someone just gave me some numbers, I plugged them in, and boom. There's the Plex. So I might have to sign up. But also, I'll tell you right now, I haven't a minute in my life to watch anything. I watched Discovery right before I started this stream. I only had 1 hour in my day to do it, so I did it. And now I have no more hours left. I'll be able to watch, I'll have time to watch Mandalorian tomorrow, and that's it. That's it. F. I got the F in Picard. The Enterprise puts the F in Picard. I don't recognize any Enterprise past the D, you guys. If it's not D, there's no Enterprises that exist past D. That's my Star Trek canon. Will Daniels be in Discovery? I hope not. Daniels was from way in the past. Daniels doesn't go to the 32nd century. I mean, it's time travel, but time travel was already outlawed in his time. So, no, probably not, unless he does it illegally. Discovery time traveled, but they're from the past. It wasn't illegal yet. Or possible. Oh, I like that, Hellrats. Hellrat says, dilithium is the quartz to the watch that is the warp core. Gotcha, okay. The warp core is just the reactor. You know it, Jim. No, just having a partner in crime is what I like. The other stuff is great too, but having a partner in crime makes me happy. The burn broke the Federation. Discovery broke Star Trek. I disagree, Curtis. I disagree. Though the first season of Discovery, yuck. Second season, but no. Third season, I'm on board so far, but there are a few things that still annoy me. Philippa's getting better, but man, she annoys me. Yeah, COVID hit my channel real hard, but also I didn't do enough because, you know, COVID hit my life hard. And it's in my life that I have to do my channel, but my life was going bad, so it's hard to do the channel. So I can't say COVID hit my channel hard. I think it hit my life hard. I like the idea of the burn a lot, but we'll have to see what the reason was for it. Because the reason might suck. Like the red burst from season 2. At the beginning, I'm like, oh, the red burst, that's going to be a good mystery. Maybe to solve. Maybe the season will be decent this time. And then we got the answer. I was like, we waited all this time for just this weird psychedelic stuff? So hopefully they don't do that with season 3, because so far they have been doing a great job with turning things around and being more hopeful and less annoying. And you notice Michael Burnham's been completely rebooted. She's not just a face of horror. Like remember the first 2 seasons, Michael was always like, every reaction was like, oh my God, I'm seeing the most horrible thing I've ever seen and my emotions are going to bubble over and I don't know what to do. This time she's got struggles, but it's all smiles and understanding and empathy, and she's detached herself a little bit. And anytime a problem comes up in season 3 when it comes to character drama, they always fix it by the end of the episode. I'm like, okay, fix it by the end of the episode. If people got problems with each other and it goes on for 5 episodes, I'm going to be pissed because I don't need that in my life. Let's get to the next adventure. I don't need people all mad at each other. No, they fix it by the end of the episode. That's one of the things about, Burnham smiles almost every scene now. There's pain in there, but it's all smiles and lovingness and empathy and understanding, which I'm like, okay, good. First 2 seasons, all that stuff was way over dramatic. Now they've really lightened it up. I still, the problems I have with the latest episode, without, it just came out, so I don't want to do any spoilers. And this isn't a problem with the episode, this is the problem with a Trill. Okay, Trills are usually really old, the symbiotes are usually really old. So if a symbiote is dating a 16-year-old, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. I don't care if they're in a young body. I have a problem with that. There is that, Curtis. Discovery is a virus. It infects any conversation or stream. But I would say Discovery is the virus. I would say people's outlook on things is usually the thing that infects. I could totally have a positive... still bring up some stuff I don't like. I could totally have a positive conversation about Discovery. Other people just don't allow it to happen. Be the change you want to see in the world, you guys. What are you giving out to the world? Are you giving out positivity with also some realness? Or are you just crapping on things and making everybody feel anxious and stressed out and hateful? I try to do do the first thing. Though I still like talking about stuff I don't like. I just try to do it from a positive perspective, where we're just having a good conversation. We're just having a good conversation. But no, I'm always up. Ruby, I am always up, or whoever. What's up, Ruby? How you doing? I love the name Ruby. I always have. That was my grandmother's name, and I just always loved that name. No, feel free to talk about Discovery. Feel free. I have nothing against people saying what they want to say, as long as they're not being mean to each other. Yeah, this episode was all about acceptance. Ugh. Sounds like a Star Trek episode. Saru makes it feel like old Star Trek. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything. I've loved the Saru stuff every episode this season. The computer thing this episode. I'm not going to say what it is. The computer thing. I didn't care for that. Once there was an explanation, I was like, okay, I get it. That kind of makes sense. And it kind of goes along with the short trek Calypso a little bit. But it happened on a dime, and it wasn't really questioned that much. So Ruth's like, oh, but what about... That's weird. But I'll go with it. I thought that should have... That little... I'm not going to say what it is. That should have happened gradually over at least the one episode, not just in one scene. I just want my Star Trek to feel like Star Trek. The Orville really nails that feeling. Yeah, the Orville, I think, nails the legacy Star Trek universe pretty well. The new Star Trek is new. It's a different universe. It's a different vibe. It's a different feel. Discovery was not having the positive stuff in the first 2 seasons. They tried in the second half of season 2, but it was obviously forced. Season 3, it feels natural to me, and they've done a good job. I mean, you might still have leftover feelings that you can't get over from the first 2 seasons, but if you get rid of that for a minute and look at it, to be fair, they've done a really good job. I just don't know if it'll last. Yeah. Wait a minute, Control? I don't know if Control survived, but there's the sphere data. Now, okay, so one of the things I told some people, because some people didn't see season 1 or season 2, I don't even necessarily recommend seeing season 1, unless you don't mind it, and then go ahead. I thought a person could go into season 3 without seeing season 2 and get it and understand what's going on. And I was always interested to see with Discovery season 3, if someone that's never seen the other 2, what would they would think, not knowing about the other 2 and just going in with season 3, because I knew season 3 was going to be better. That was just obvious. It has to be better, or they have to cancel the show. They're not going to make money off of it. So they were motivated to make positive changes to the show, or else they're going to lose the show and lose the whole point of their whole streaming thing. And but stuff keeps coming up, little, references and stuff. I'm like, oh, a person would have had to have seen season 2 to understand what they're talking about. But then they have to watch season 2. But at least with season 2, you get Captain Pike. He helps it a little bit. I doubt it. Will T'Pol and Phlox be in Star Trek Strange New Worlds? People keep bringing that up. I think someone just came up with the idea, oh, it would technically be possible. And then everyone else just picks it up. Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Rumor, 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 rumor. You know, internet stuff. I doubt it. I don't think T'Pol and Phlox will be in there. I do know that T'Pol is going to be in a Star Trek fan series. But that's not Jolene Blaylock's. That's just some chick they got to play the character of T'Pol. Just like they get someone to play the character of Captain Kirk and Spock and all that stuff in all these fan films. Yeah, I'm still not feeling Philippa at all. Not gonna ruin anything, but that scene with Detmer seemed forced to me. That happened too fast, out of nowhere, out of the blue. They spent too much time building things up over the last couple episodes with just her looking off in the distance, and you're like, oh, something's up, and then all of a sudden, I was like, nah, that was a little forced. And then I had another problem with the latest episode. And it's not real problems. It's just that. How does that wouldn't happen? Would that happen? But I can't talk about it because that would spoil it for people. We can talk about it tomorrow, not today. Spaghetti against the wall with all these new spin-offs. Yeah, and you see what sticks. So far, CBS Universe Star Trek, which is a whole other universe. Oh, do I not have that? Hold on. I don't have that. Damn it.
I am told your people are known for creating some of the most sought-after pornographic simulations in the galaxy.
Absolutely. I can't remember what I was talking about, you guys. We're talking about Detmer. We're talking about... But I have a feeling that... I thought, you know, we knew right away on the first episode, something's up with Detmer. And every episode we're like, something's up with Detmer. I think it's just going to be nothing. Something's up with her, but it's not some mystery to solve. It's just a people thing. Yeah, people go through stuff sometimes. I think it's going to be. Which they kind of did that with last season with Dr. Culber. You know, he came back from the poop universe, and which is dumb. And he was having problems, and we're like, oh man, something's up with Culber. What's it going to be? He got over it. He's fine now. I was like, oh, what a letdown. Okay, the last episode of The Mandalorian was the first episode of The Mandalorian, Season 2. I haven't had a single second of time to do any videos, unfortunately, because I wanted to do a video. I wanted to do a video of People of Earth, of Discovery last week, and Mandalorian. Absolutely no time to do it, but hopefully I'll do some more deliveries, and I'll be able to buy myself some time. And, oh, it was great. I was worried about Mandalorian. I knew Mandalorian Season 2 was going to be great because it's great. But I was so worried that because of their success of last season that we'd come into this new season and it would just be too big, too shiny, too fancy. Nope. It's exactly the same. It's nice and personal, and it's a small personal story taking place in a gigantic universe. It's a spaghetti western. It was absolutely phenomenal, and it was an A-Team episode. That Mandalorian episode was an A-Team episode, you guys. And I love me's the A-Team. I'm all about that A-Team. Dun, 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 dun. So I was very, very happy with The Mandalorian. I've been excited about Discovery this season, each episode. I'm like, oh, can't wait to see that episode. But not in the same way like The Mandalorian. Mandalorian, I'm like, damn, I need me some Mandalorian. I need it nonstop. The very beginning of the Mandalorian episode, you know, the theme music comes in. I was like, I'm in. I am back. It's like no time has passed. And I was excited. My heart swelled when I heard the theme music. And Discovery's been doing really well. Jeff Russo's been doing the music in Season 3 of Discovery. That dude's a hardcore Star Trek dude. And he's done some really great stuff in these episodes. I'm like, good job, dude. You brought some levity to a lot of these scenes. And it doesn't match that Mandalorian theme song. You put that damn thing on, and I get excited. And I was so sick of Star Wars. We've talked about this before. You know, a couple years ago, Star Wars, I'm like, I don't want Star Wars. I've been bored of Star Wars for 15 years. Star Wars. I went and saw all this new Star Wars trilogy. They're okay. See them one time, enjoyed my experience in the theater, and then as soon as I'm done with them, I'm like, okay, done with that. It's not really. They're okay, but they're not. They're not getting into my heart. Mandalorian changed all of that. Well, I still don't watch the other movies, but it gets me excited for the idea of the Star Wars universe again. Yeah, Detmer shouldn't have broken until well after all the other crew were already on the mend. Like at the end of this episode, you know, on the Starship Discovery. Hope lives again. Yeah, without spoiling anything, I'm pretty sure Detmer was just an on-screen representation of the entire crew. They just had her character embody. I'm guessing. We don't know if there's still stuff going on. I don't think there's anything else going on. I think she just embodies what the crew is going through. As far as character, you know, the point of the character in this season, at least up to this point. Jaloja Phillip Gaming. Oh, I got to show you guys the proof that the Orville's coming back. Duh. We get into all these nerdy conversations, which I love. You know, we got different shows that we want to talk about that are going on right now. Expanse is coming up. We got difference of opinions that are always fun to go back and forth with. But here's the proof. Eccleston's Angel. What's up, my homie? So what was the Orville news? I came in 24 minutes on. Okay. You got here just in time. I forgot to show you guys. Here is the proof that the Orville is back in production. Let me show you this. All right, so this is Howard Berger. Howard Berger is the main hardcore special effects dude on the Orville. He's the leader of it. He is a big deal. Huge deal, Howard Berger. Hoops 511 on Instagram. So he's always posted behind the scenes Orville stuff. Most of the cast and crew do. But as you can see here, hold on. Let me get this going. So here's Hoops. So he just posted this today. I've been looking. I did a quick search for the other actors and stuff. They haven't posted anything yet. Hoops would be there before the cast and crew are. He's part of the production. He does all the makeup. He designed every alien that you see: the Krill, the Caliban, the Mocklins. He created a whole new makeup style just for his types of aliens. So here is his. I don't know, door signs or whatever, or they put him on the chair. Makeup department head, Howard Berger. And then, of course, the co-makeup department head, Tammy Lane. The Orville Season 3. Hoops, Howard says, "Let's do this! Time to head back to space with my co-captain." And then he tagged Tammy Lane, who is his second in command, the Orville fan page, Seth MacFarlane, and he's friends with all these people. The official FX group, that's his company. Peter Macon, Jessica Zor, Scott Grimes, Adrian Palicki, Jay Lee, Space Adventure, Third Time, Makeup Effects, Prosthetics Makeup, Aliens, Creatures. So this is the official sneaky announcement that they are back in the studio. I don't know if the actors I don't think the actors are back on yet because they have to get everything prepared for them. They got to go back in there, probably do some new costume fittings. But yeah, they're heading back, you guys. And, you know, they don't put out stuff like this. He's one of the producers. They do not put this stuff out unless it's true. So he says, let's do this. Time to head back to space with my co-captain. So they are heading back in right now, you guys. They are getting things prepared. I don't know how many weeks or so it'll take to get the cameras and the lights and the makeup and costume ready. And then they, probably do, they're going to do a table read. So we'll be getting pictures of the table read soon. We'll be getting behind the scenes pictures and videos from, the back lot, them showing up to the makeup, their trailers and stuff like that. And then also some pictures of what's going on stage, but they're always very sneaky. They make sure to get just the right angles and they have to get their pictures approved before they can share them and stuff like that. Jaylee or not Jaylee? That is the question. Yes, so season 3 is back in production. They're not filming right now because they got to get set up. So Howard's in there. He's in the studio. I'm sure other people are in the studio as well. They're getting, you know, I'm sure Seth is in the studio right now. They're getting things all set up to bring the actors in, and you know, they'll do a table read, and then a day or two after that, they'll start filming. Yeah, I much prefer Howard's makeup to that of some found on Disco. Yeah, back and forth. Sometimes Disco has some really great stuff. A lot of the Orville almost always has great stuff. The quality of makeup in Discovery is very good, but the designs are not designs that I always prefer. I like the new Romulans. I do not like the new Andorians. They just look too sharp and weird. What's with the pointy eyebrow ridges? What's up with that? They did fix the Andorian voices this season in season 3. Season 2, and we saw some Andorians, or it might have been season 1, saw some Andorians in the Mirror Universe. No, I think we saw some in season 2 as well. They had really deep voices. I'm like, just have them have normal voices. They're back to normal voices. The new Orions that they got in Discovery are pretty awesome looking, though. I'm really happy with the Orions. They make them look like Ken dolls and Barbie dolls. It's pretty cool. We need a movie with Patrick Stewart and Mark Hamill. Yes, we do. Not sci-fi, not a crossover, just a good movie. What if it's like a movie like The Lighthouse, you know, with Robert Pattinson and what's his nuts? Patrick Stewart and Mark Hamill trapped in a lighthouse together, just going crazy. Yeah, and I love, you know, everybody knows Discovery has the best Andorians. I don't know why they just didn't go with that. If you get something perfect, well, you could say the same thing about the Klingons. All Star Trek up to Star Trek 3 had the best Klingons, and I don't know why Discovery decided to mess that up and not even get close. I'm wondering if, now of course in season 3 we don't ever have to come across a Klingon. We don't know what happened to the Klingons. Klingons, you know, after the burn, who knows what they went and did. You know, they're like, oh, we got a lockdown. Who knows? Klingons are awesome. The old look like trash. The new ones look like poop emojis. Though I will say, you know, I hate the new Klingons, but in the second season, the Klingon stories, I just pretended they weren't Klingons, but the stories that were going on started getting pretty interesting. But I'm like, that's not Klingon. Time Crystal Monastery. Bleh. Yeah, Shran is the Master Andorian. Tell that pink skin he owes me one. Yeah, Shran is the Andorian. What's up, Roman? Let me see. Does that make you a racist? I have to read the first comment. Andorians, ew. No, that doesn't make you a racist. Yeah, this is a live video, Derper. You are live. I don't mind the Klingons looking more alien if you set up the universe as a complete reimagining of the show. It is. But that's not what they did. It is what they did. They just didn't admit it. But I don't need them. I don't need their permission. I don't care what people say. I care what people do. I look at it. I see everything they've done. I'm like, this is not the same universe. Never listen to what people say. Listen to what they do, or watch what they do. Shran Treks, please. Yeah. Yeah. We do need that. I would go with some Shran Treks. Because the thing is, I was like, oh, it'd be great if they did some Enterprise short treks. But they're never going to do that, even if they wanted to, because that's a lot of money to spend on building sets. If you're going to build new ships, it's got to be for more than a short trek. And you could do it with Shran, because you don't have to build an Enterprise or anything like that. You just build some random alien ships, you know, which they got plenty of stuff on set to do that with. Yeah, xenophobic. Yeah, I don't like the new Andorians. I don't hate them. They're better in season 3. I don't quite like some of the facial features, but they're better. But they're never they're never going to be better than Enterprise. But they're not even going to try. We're not going to have any main Andorian storylines. You want to see Jeffrey Combs in every episode of a season of the Orville? Oh, that'd be amazing. But him playing a different alien each time. Oh, it'd be like Where's Waldo, but with Jeffrey Combs. Where's Wii U? Will Shran be in Discovery? No, Shran's dead. No, wait a minute. Yeah, Shran's dead. Shran's definitely dead in season 3. They're all dead. And everybody, every Star Trek name you've ever heard of, except for maybe Q and a couple other rando characters, are dead in season 3. That's 1,000 years in the future. That's farther in Star Trek than anyone's ever seen before. You don't know anything about it. People are like, oh, but the canon. There is no canon in season 3. They're 1,000 years in the future. They can make it up as they go along. Corey, yo, JP, what's shaking, bacon? Season 3 is what they should have done with season 1. Go to a place so far in the future, you can do what you want. You can make it up as you go along, and it's all kosher. But like I've said before in streams, I might have said it in a video, if they did season 3 as their first season 3 years ago, it would have sucked because CBS didn't know what they were doing. They barely, especially with Discovery, they barely just started figuring out how to do it. And so they might have had a great story for their first season if it was this story, but it would have been messed up. They would have messed it up. They didn't know what they were doing. The Federation is not dead. Do you not watch the show? Federation is alive. It's all about the search for the Federation. The Federation is out there. Time travel strand. Okay. I'll settle that. I'll settle for that. You can time travel Shran. You can time travel anybody in Discovery. Because they're the ones that started it. Will Shran be in Strange New Worlds? What's the lifespan? What's the lifespan of an Andorian? Shran was already pretty long-lived. Not super long-lived, like normal long-lived. Like he was an older man in Enterprise. But that was 100 years before. If they started with season 2 story, then they go to the future and do season 1. I just wish they would just erase season 1. There was a couple moments in season 1 that I was like, okay, that's fun, but everything else. Oh, the burn. The whole mystery of season 3 is, okay, they get there. They get to 1,000 years in the future. The Federation is, it's not gone, but it's somewhere, but they don't know where it is. And the world is basically a post-Federation world. Basically 120 years before they got there, so like in the 3060s, some catastrophic event happened where all dilithium, most of it blew up all at the same time, all in the universe, blowing up all warp-capable ships because they still use dilithium for certain things. It all blew up. Millions and millions of people died. Federation was destroyed. Federation's still out there, but nobody knows where. But we don't know why that happened, and it doesn't make sense that it happens. And the show's telling me it doesn't make sense. They said, Stamp says that's impossible. All dilithium at the same time blows up? That's ridiculous. That's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. So the whole point of this season is to figure out how that happened and to rebuild the Federation. And I'm sure they're going to use this as an excuse. Oh, we're rebuilding the Federation. We better rebuild Section 31 as well. And then that's Philippa will probably take over, say, okay, I'll bring back Section 31. Boo, don't do it, I say. And that'll probably be, the Section 31 show will probably take place in the 32nd century. Picard's body, Picard's natural body he was born with is dead, but Picard still lives. Oh, is he dead in the... Oh... Yeah, because, Picard's android body will live a relatively the same lifespan that Picard would have lived. So that android body will probably only be around for a couple decades, and then it'll die. So yeah, Android Picard is dead. But of course, an android body is indistinguishable from a human body. It's synthetic bodies are biological, basically. Hundreds of years in the future. That was kind of the point of the whole thing. We're living beings. We weren't born the same way as you, but we are living flesh and blood and bone beings. Temporal Prime Directive. They talked about it a little bit. This is a lawless universe that they're in right now, in the 32nd century. But they talked about the Temporal Prime Directive. They talked about the Temporal War. They talked about time travel being outlawed. All that happened hundreds of years before this time that they're in right now. That was like the 900s or something. Or not 900s. That's like, not the 900s. The 2900s. Yeah, Picard is now an android, but an android is a real living being. I can wrap my head around it. That's all I can say. Discovery is exempt from the Prime Directive. No, they're not. They're not exempt from the Prime Directive. Remember the episode New Eden? It was all about the Prime Directive. I don't know what their Prime Directive is going to be for the 32nd century. I do know that they're willing to take on new technology, but that's not really Prime Directive. They're not giving technology. Not that their technology matters, because everyone is 900 years ahead of them. But I guarantee you, if they came across a people that weren't advanced, they would not be showing themselves or giving them any technology. Will Picard's android body flash low battery before he expires? It'd be like, change battery, make it so. But Daniels was... I thought Daniels... Was Daniels the 31st century? I thought he was a little bit before that. A couple... I mean, you might be right for sure. But this is the 32nd century. Oh, maybe Daniels does have something to do with it. Daniels probably would have been... But also, you can't know about Daniels because in Enterprise, the timeline kept changing. Daniels was dead. Daniels was alive. That depends on what changes were made to the timeline. So who knows? When it comes to time travel, as Captain Mercer says, don't even get me in a conversation about time travel because nobody understands it. But also, you're talking about legacy Star Trek. This is not legacy Star Trek. This is a whole Star Trek Part 2 universe. Actually, it's more than Part 2. I don't think Discovery and Picard take place in the same universe. Lower Decks does not take place in any part of the universe because Lower Decks is basically its own animated universe that's also... it's not even really... It's Star Trek. It's Star Trek, but it's not really Star Trek. It's a Star Trek fan series. Lower Decks is a Star Trek fan... The ultimate Star Trek fan series. Lower Decks is just a... Lower Decks is just a huge conversation about Star Trek. The Time Force. I hope that phrase never... I still have a problem with time crystals. I think time crystals is so dumb. Oh, but in science, JP, the time crystals they actually exist. Not in the way they exist in this show, but it doesn't matter. It's all about branding. The word time crystals is stupid. Don't say it. Come up with a new name. This is bad Star Trek. It depends if you like it or not. Yeah, Lower Decks was great. It's Star Trek, but it's different. It's Star Trek. It's Star Trek fandom all wrapped into one cartoon. Cardassians use fighter vessels. Ooh, the Hideki class. When are we going to see a Cardassian in this new Star Trek universe? Universes. Like I said, I do not think Discovery and Picard are in the same universe at all. But I don't require them to be. Still going to try and get a PS5 when it becomes available for purchase. However, not likely to be on sale, be any for sale in stores. Yeah, I remember when the PS4 came out. They were hard to come by at a certain point. Yeah, Q was in Lower Decks. Yep. John Delancey. Online only option for the first few months, according to retailers. Yeah, I can believe that. Also, they were so clever. Sony was so clever to have a disc version and a digital version. It sucks. It sucks, but damn is that clever. You're gonna want the disc version if you have any other PlayStation. If you have a PS4 and you have discs, you are going to want the disc version. Lower Decks is like reading a Trek comic book. Yeah, I actually prefer it more than... I get what you're saying, Curtis. I actually like... One thing I like about Lower Decks is it always plays out... Every episode plays out exactly like Next Generation episode. From the opening scene, the credits, the way the A and B and sometimes C storylines play out. All of that. It plays out exactly like a TNG episode, which I appreciate. TNG being my favorite Star Trek. Ooh. Well, here's a question, Steve. Okay, Steve says, I wonder if we will see 31st Century Borg. Maybe. Maybe. But here's my question. You know how they have the programmable matter? And you know, like, on Book's ship, well, everybody's ship except for Discovery, they have the weird control panels where it all lifts up to your fingers and stuff like that. Is that Borg technology? Is that some Borg stuff? Yeah, time crystals are totally dumb. They could have used chronoton particles. Something. Increase the tachyons, man. Or decrease the tachyons. That sometimes works too. If you ever get in a jam in Star Trek and you don't know what's going on and your readings... Whoa. Damn. And your readings aren't working and tricorder's not working. Try increasing the tachyons. But sometimes decrease the tachyons will also work. I don't know what's up with the spore drive. I try not to think too much about it. If this show started off in the 32nd century and they had a spore drive, I think everybody would be excited about it. But they didn't do that. They had some experimental thing back in right before Kirk's time. But also, I guess it doesn't matter because it's not the same universe. The only thing, my real complaints about it were stupid mushroom highway. That just sounds lame. Plus, I want to see like a warp engine or something, not just some clean room that Dexter would kill somebody in. But I can even get over that. It's just the stories. The stories were not making me forget about the stuff that I wasn't liking. If the stories are good and the characters are good, I can let stuff go. But that wasn't doing that. So far in season 3, it is doing that. But also they have less baggage in season 3 because they're in a whole new universe that we know nothing about. A whole new timeline we know nothing about. Yeah. So far, in the latest episode, they used the spore drive, but it was great. The ship just showed up somewhere. They didn't do a whole black alert. Okay, hook me up. Blah 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 blah. So the spore drive was fine. The spinning disc, all that stuff, they didn't do anything. It just boop popped into where it was going. I'm like, okay, that's how you should use the spore drive for a little bit. But it looks like we are getting rid of Stamets. It looks like they're going to turn the spore drive, I'm assuming, into just part of the ship. They put in the coordinates and the spore drive takes them places. It seems like that's what they're going to do, which is a good step, I guess. But yeah, spore drive in the 32nd century doesn't bother me. But yeah, it bothered me a lot in the first 2 seasons. Yeah. I mean, it is cool looking. It's always been cool looking when the spore drive, when they spore drive somewhere. Let's go on a Sunday spore drive. It's just not right. But it always looked cool. But yeah, I do like the ship going. Phew. The Q explode galaxies when they have an argument. Yeah. Maybe it'll be Q related. I hope it's not Q related, because that's also too simple of an explanation. Because we're doing an investigation. This whole season is trying to figure out what caused the burn 120 years ago. And bringing back the Federation. Yeah, they've done they did Black Alert last week with People of Earth. They did it real quick, and and what was good about it though was Book's reaction. Book made it funny and fun. He's like, "What the hell? You didn't tell me about spinning discs or and all that stuff." He's like, "What the hell?" And then this episode, they just arrived somewhere. The second half of Black Alert where you arrive. They didn't do the whole hit it, let's do it. Could be another Judgment of Mankind deal. The Federation was hit the hardest, they said. But I hope it's not that. I hope it's not that. That was great in The Next Generation. I hope it's not that, because then there's nothing to really investigate. They're not going to be able to investigate the Q. I'm just hoping this investigation turns out a really good solved mystery that was worth the trip. That I do not know. It was not worth the trip. The Red Burst was not worth the trip for me last season at all. I was pretty sick of it after about 4 episodes. I'm like, I don't even care what the mystery is anymore. And then we finally find out, and I'm like, Yeah, the Trill stuff was pretty cool. I only had one complaint, but it's not a real complaint. I guess it's a real complaint. I can't really complain about it because I don't want to ruin anything, but it had to do with the water. Where is she? That didn't make sense. Perhaps the Borg found a way to create the burn in retaliation for Janeway collapsing the Transwarp hub in Voyager Season 7, Episode 26. You mean the finale? God, if that was retaliation, they sure waited long enough. It's like, you wait 800 years and we're going to get you, Janeway. Can't wait to see your face when you see everything explode 800 years from now. She's like, I'll be dead, you dummies. And they're like, aw, damn it. Damn it, Lucutus. You gave us some bad info, bud. Sorry. They need to make that change if they're going to be able to mass produce it for the rest of Starfleet. Spore drive. It was similar to drive system using dark matter, but realize that. Yeah, what if... I don't know how I feel about that. Like, what if they mass produced the spore drive so that the new Federation uses the spore drive, which is not susceptible to being blown up by dilithium? I don't know, because even Discovery, which uses a spore drive, still uses dilithium for everything else. I mean, in this new universe, there's multiple types of travel. They have lots of different types of travel. They have warp. They had book listed like 5 different things. But regular warp is like the best way to get somewhere. Of Discovery, Season 3 of Discovery, I've done a couple episodes already. I will be doing more. It's just right now, you guys, I'm so scrounging for trying to get bills paid that I don't have a single second of free time in my day. For the last 2 weeks, I was able to get a review up last week of the second episode of Discovery, but otherwise I've just been figuring stuff out, and I got some side work that I've been doing, Patricia Tallman, that I really got to do, and then I have some other side work with some of you guys on fan stuff that I've been doing as well. The founders all turned into dilithium and replaced the real stuff. Not compatible with antimatter, so boom. Yeah, I hope when we find out what happened to the dilithium during the burn, I hope it's not dumb. I hope it's not dumb. But so far, they've shown me almost every episode this season that they're doing some Star Trek stuff. They've done Star Trek stuff in every episode. as well as doing the new stuff. So they got the new vibe and the old vibe coming out at the same time, which thank goodness. Thank goodness. So now when I finish an episode of Discovery, I feel good at the end, as opposed to all the other seasons. I felt horrible at the end of every season, every episode. Now I feel good at the end of every episode. Yeah, Disco will absolutely. That's the whole point of season 3. Is they're there to help rebuild Starfleet. They are the hope. They were the darkness in the first 2 seasons. Now they get to be the hope, which is what they always should have been. So they finally put them in a situation where they get to be the light in the darkness to help the universe get better and be better and strive to be better and for more and to help those who cannot help themselves. That's what they should have started with. CBS didn't know what they were doing. They finally figured it out with their other shows and the new season of Discovery. Because, like Picard came out and it had a lot of hope and thoughtfulness and care in it, that they're like, and people responded to that. The viewers did. They're like, oh man, this is more what people want. They want a little bit of hope. They want a little bit of, less drama amongst the characters and, showing, the crew changing people's lives and helping other people in their situations they didn't even know about when they got there. And they get there like, oh man, and then they help. Eccleston's Angel.
Boom, that's what I'm talking about.
It's true, he was just talking about that.
The Sims.
Hold on.
Sorry,
Echo.
I can't.
Stop. Here, JP, have some chips on me. All right. Thanks, Eccleston.
Dag. Goodbye. Thanks for playing with life.
What the hell was that? What was that? Dag. I will say Burnham is kind of hot at the start of season 3. Not that is enough to carry a show, but it's something. Also, another great thing about Burnham is she's not the focus of every single scene. She's just she got her story and she goes in and out, and then other people have their stories. It's more ensemble, finally. Thank goodness. The one complaint I have, and I guess it's on me, maybe they'll do better with this, is the entire bridge crew. I recognize all of them when I see them. I forget they exist the moment I don't see them, and I don't know any of their names. I know Detmer. I know her name. For a little bit, I knew that other helmsman or navigator's name. I can't remember, but she was they actually used her in the episode New Eden. I'm like, oh, good job. They're using some of the other people. I don't know any of those other people's names, you guys. I don't know nothing about them. That's kind of lame, I guess, because if they're gonna keep showing these little kids on the bridge to my face, I need to know them a little bit more. I know she is. Yeah, I wish Star Trek was reality. They treat each other with such respect. They do on Discovery now too. They didn't used to. That was one thing that really turned me off in season 1, is everybody hated each other. I'm like, this isn't going to work. I don't come to Star Trek to see people argue with each other. I'm just glad they fixed that. It took them long enough. Yeah, Burnham's hair looks good. But they rebooted Burnham. I knew it after the first episode. I was like, oh my god, they rebooted her. I'm like, good. They needed to do that. And then they figured out a good reason to have her be there a year. That's a real good reason to reboot her. That's realistic. That's not forced. She's been there a year. She's a different person now. So I'm like, okay, good job, show. Good job, scriptwriters. Yeah, I know everyone's name on the Orville as well. Well, except for that one dude. When he comes by, I just go, hey, there he is. The stories are definitely getting better on Discovery, Wolfgang. I just hope that it has a good payoff. If it doesn't have a good payoff, it's going to be like, oh, man. Yeah, what I still don't like is how exaggerated, emotional, and dramatic everyone is. I would say they're less dramatic. I say even when they get dramatic, this is my point of view, I see a levity in almost all of it. I see levity in all of it, and I used to get real annoyed with all the over dramatic Burnham scenes in the previous 2 seasons. Now it's always nice and quiet, and she always has a smile on her face, and empathy in her eyes, and she's just softer and funnier and lighter. But like this latest episode, yeah, there was some drama between some characters, but it all got fixed at the end. Not a spoiler alert, that's just how they do it now. I'm like, okay, good. I made a mental note. I'm like, okay, good. Everything gets fixed like that. Because if that stuff carries over to another episode, I get so annoyed by that stuff. That is the and Pike and Saru, I believe. No Tilly and Burner. Tilly isn't annoying this season. I was very worried about Tilly. Tilly was pretty good in season 1. Season 2, They went way overboard with her quirkiness. She's pretty normal in season 3. I'm pretty happy with that. Some Wesley and the Traveler. Well, Wesley went back. Wesley left the Traveler and went back to Enterprise. Or to Starfleet. Wesley is in not Nemesis. Where's the one where Riker and Deanna get married? Is that Nemesis or is that Insurrection? Whichever one has the wedding, Wesley's in it. They just cut his scene out. But you can see him real quick in the background. Hellrat says, JP, what do you think about the controversy of them having a character named Gene cleaning up that mess and then being disrespected by Jet? Well, everyone's disrespected by Jet. I don't like Jet disrespecting. It doesn't come off as endearing. They can have Jet be snarky with people, but it's got to come off as endearing. Most of the time it doesn't. Though Jet still has some legit funny things that she says. There's no controversy. Dude's name was Gene. Why would that be? Why would there be a controversy in that? Somebody's making something up.
Shut up, Wesley.
Eccleston says. Yeah, a lot of people thought that wasn't cool. Yeah, that's just people looking for things to try and find that aren't cool. I know the difference. There are things that aren't cool, but that's not one of them. That's just, I'm looking for something. I got to find something to complain about because that's the group I've put myself into. That's my community I've surrounded myself with. So we got to find something. You can find better things to complain about. There are better things to complain about. Burnham and Saru work well together as Captain Number 1. As for Tilly, you could just be used to her. Yeah, I still don't get... I'm still not full in on Tilly being a captain someday. She hasn't made enough progress at all. Yeah, and I also like that right off the bat. In my last review, 2 weeks ago, I did a whole thing about, okay, enough is enough. Saru should be the captain of Discovery. Let's stop playing around. But I had to cut it for time. And then in the next episode, Saru's the captain. They made Saru the captain. And, yeah, Michael is number 1, which I know was the whole point when they first announced the story of Discovery 3 or 4 years ago. They said, oh, it's going to be about someone named Number 1, blah, 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 blah. They were still figuring it out. Yeah, but I also like that Michael isn't fully invested right now. She had that year of her life that has changed her, and she's trying to get back into being a Starfleet officer because she knows it's important, and that was the whole point. I'm just all about Saru being captain. I love it. I think he's great. Yeah, Tilly is also really good in Baskets. The actress. Yeah, they would never do that. Pretty obvious slight. I can tell you right now, absolutely not true at all. They would never do that. And it's not obvious. The character's name was Gene. Character's name was Gene. That's not obvious. JP, so glad to be here with the fandom. What? up.
Boom. Yeah, not like that, but yeah.
Right.
Oh my God. Oh God. My God. It's so good. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. That is so good.
JP, so glad to be here with the fandom. If Star Trek Strange New Worlds exceeds what we have seen, it will. Strange New Worlds will be decent right off the bat. That we know. I believe Star Trek We Want is finally back. Yeah, if you're looking for, I think we're all looking for at least one of the shows to be the old school format. Strange New Worlds is the old school format. Good job on them for recognizing that needed to be done. Because I was always like, yeah, do new stuff with Star Trek, but show that you can do the originals, the older stuff first, and then build off of that. So they're doing it backwards, but hey, at least they realize that there's an appetite for that. Discovery is basically the Michael Burnham show. It used to be. Season 3 is different. That was another thing they needed to change. And they've changed that with this new season. As Agent K says, a person is smart, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. Yep. Sometimes. Yeah, Tilly's getting better for standing up for herself, which is what we thought we were going to start seeing towards the end of season 1. And then they brought her back. She took 2 steps back in season 2. Denny Crane! I feel like sometimes their pacing for character development is off. Yeah, sometimes. And sometimes I'm just not into the stories, the backstories of certain characters. I like Dr. Culber. I like Stamets, but it kind of seems like we're not getting enough character development from them anymore. And plus, Dr. Culber, I still don't buy how he got back. But hey, it's Star Trek. Spock shouldn't be alive. But Spock is, well, he's dead 1,000 years in the future. Well, even more than that. And we shouldn't have Spock back. But hey, sometimes it's sci-fi. They do that. JP, are you coming back to Atlanta in the spring? I haven't heard anything about that. And I don't know. I don't know if I'll... it's hard to say because I don't know if I'll feel comfortable traveling in the spring because we don't know what's happening. I'm kind of leery about airplanes. Discovery's bad and CBS should feel bad. Yeah, I'm liking the newer Star Trek now, but man, I had to wait until they got some other shows in the works before I started feeling better. Yeah, the Orville for the win, you guys. What's up, Lone Puppy? Oh, and it was the Fallout series. Any info on that? No, I haven't heard anything. Well, I know that they're doing a Fallout series. Isn't it going to be on Amazon? I haven't looked into any updates. Who was working on Fallout? Isn't that the Game of Thrones people? I think the Game of Thrones people are working on that. That sounds like it'd be great. I'm way more into the Fallout universe than I am the Game of Thrones universe, you guys. Ensemble stories are way better than single character driven in most of Star Trek. Yeah, I like ensemble with a lead. They finally made, Picard was the lead, but they would do lots of stories about the other characters. But, Picard's lead. Kirk was always the lead. Kirk, Spock, McCoy. Everyone else was extras, okay? Sulu was an extra. All of them were mostly featured extras. It was all about Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. And everybody knew it. The 3 actors knew it. It wasn't until the movies that we really start getting into the characters as being a little bit more a lead. But yeah, ensemble stories with your lead in there as well. But it goes back and forth. And then sometimes you have an episode where the lead steps back a bit more. Now this is serialized, so it's harder to do that. But yeah, season 3 they've done that. They're a lot better with that. Where's Dr. Crusher when you need her? Well, I'm pretty sure they wanted Dr. Crusher to be in season 1 of Picard, but Gates McFadden wasn't able to do it that season, so I bet you they're going to bring her in for season 2. Jensen Ackles coming to The Boys. Woohoo! Yeah, I can't wait. We got season 3 of The Boys is greenlit. We also have a Boys spinoff that is greenlit. It'll be forever before we get them, but we'll get them. Oh yeah, the Scarlet Witch. It's WandaVision. Scarlet Witch and Vision on Disney Plus. I don't know when it's out. Damn, it looks good. I don't care about any of those two characters. I don't care about Scarlet Witch. I don't care about Vision. Okay? Though they're fine in the movies, but I don't care about them. This new series looks amazing. I'm all about it. It looks like the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone, you guys. Mixed with Pleasantville. Mixed with Halloween. I recommend it. And I haven't even seen it, but I saw the trailer. Yes, Orville is going back into production. Let me show you guys again, for those of you just showing up. This just came out today, a couple hours before I started this stream. From Howard Berger, Hoops511 on Instagram. Howard Berger is one of the main, he is the main makeup artist and special effects artist for makeup on the Orville. He designed all the aliens that you've seen. He made all the aliens that you've seen. Bortus, the Krill, the little red-headed Caliban, stepchildren, all of that. He is the main dude. He is a big deal on the Orville. He posted this today. Makeup department head, Howard Berger, the Orville Season 3. He says, let's do this. Let's do this. Time to head back to space with my co-captain. And the co-captain is his second in command, Tammy Lane, in the makeup department. They are heading back, and he tagged all his friends from the show, and he tagged the Orville fan page, because that means he wants them to be updated that they're heading back. Seth MacFarlane, official, that's his makeup department, Peter Macon, Jessica Zor, Scott Grimes, Adrian Palicki, J. Lee Film. I guess Penny Johnson-Gerald doesn't have... Why didn't he tag Mark Henry, bro? Mark Henry's on there. Anyway, they are going back into production. Don't have any, information yet as to times and days and when they're coming out. I know the trailer will probably be out very soon because I'm sure that's been in the can for a couple of months now. I know Tom Costino was working on that trailer at the beginning of summer. But, everything's delayed. The whole production schedule, the whole promotion schedule has been delayed 7 months. So hopefully we'll be getting that trailer in hopefully a few weeks just to add to the excitement. So I'm pretty sure the cast is not in the studio as of yet, but all the, the camera people are probably getting set up. Howard's getting the makeup ready for the aliens and all that stuff. It's a lot of work. I'm sure we'll be getting photos very soon from the cast reading, table reading for the next episode, and lots of stuff behind the scenes from the cast, because all of them post stuff on social media on their work days. Sometimes it's out of the studio, sometimes it's in the studio and on the soundstage, but with with very particular angles so they don't give away anything. Videos, I know that oh god, I'm forgetting everybody's name, but anyway, Clyden he does live videos sometimes in makeup, all that great stuff. So they are going back into production. Don't have the specific details, time and day, but they're in there. They're getting stuff ready to bring people in and start filming some stuff, you guys. So it's exciting news for us Orvillians, us fans of great sci-fi, of fun characters, amazing stories, time travel. I think we're going to get a lot of time travel, and at least one big time travel episode in season 3, like a legit time travel episode, like traveling through time. I think from photos that I've seen, it very much seems like we're going to get some legit time travel. They teased us with time travel in season 1 with the anti-banana ray. In season 2, we got some pretty legit weird time travel in the episode Tomorrow, where Kelly, 7 years ago, Kelly comes into our time and then we send her back. In season 3, I think we get legit crew members getting thrown through time. It could have been some weird alien situation. I doubt it's a environmental simulator situation. It very much seems like a time travel situation. JP, does this announcement change any of your predictions? No, not at all. Just everything got put on hold. Everything just got put on hold. The season was written. All the scripts were written when they started filming season 3 back in October. The script is closed. All the scripts are closed. Though I would expect certain lines of dialogue might be updated post-COVID, post-world pandemic. Maybe a joke doesn't land as well now as it would have before the pandemic, so maybe they've rewritten a line here or there. But otherwise, the stories will be exactly the same. And when I talked to Jay Lee a couple months ago, he said he knows Seth. If he knows Seth, which he does, he's sure Seth was, during the pandemic, writing for the Orville. Now, season 3 was written. It's done. So writing means season 4. But, you know, that's him talking out of turn. He doesn't have any proof or anything like that. But he kind of said it in a way as like maybe he heard something from Seth, but I can't. That's just me projecting. So I'm hoping the pandemic made it so that we got, you know, a jump start on season 4 scripts. Or at least a good outline. Yeah, all the scripts have been written because Seth has been waiting to do this show his whole life. He has. This is his favorite show. Will the Krill be making peace with the Union? Do you think we'll see the space trolls the Krill were fighting again? Yeah, we got to see. That's the Choctaw. The Choctaw. I want to say Choctaw, but that's a Native American tribe. The Choctaw, which is those weird space trolls. They kind of look like the bad guys from The Legend of Zelda. Yeah, we got to see them. Those seem to be the only people that the Krill were afraid of. Or at least, like, you know, they're not afraid of them, but they're like, yeah, they could do damage to us. Run, everybody, run! Yeah, absolutely. Yes, the Krill, we will be at peace with the Krill, but it'll be very tentative. It'll be always on the brink of breaking down. The Krill need us, and we need the Krill to fight the Kalon. So we already got the treaty started. We have a treaty already, because in season 2.5 episode last month, launch day, the launch day episodes from last month and the month before, yeah, they have a treaty. They have a treaty. But, you know, certain things don't fall underneath Union jurisdiction or Krill jurisdiction, and then it's up for grabs. The treaty doesn't really count, I guess, with that stuff. But it'll always be on the brink of breaking down. Now, it might actually break down in the season. That I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, Brian, the last episode of the Orville, season 2.5, came out yesterday. Heroes, available now at your comic book stores or on Amazon or at Dark Horse. I think you can also order it. Came out yesterday, Heroes. I have not had a chance to read it yet because I am nonstop busy due to trying to scrounge money around from doing side jobs to pay the bills. Because, like I said earlier, I had some really bad stuff come up in the last couple weeks that I did not expect. So now I've spent all my time, day and night, doing side work and stuff to try to get those bills paid. So I'm going to try to find some time in the next day or a couple days to do another live show. I'm having a real hard time finding time to make videos, but I can find time to do live shows like this. So yeah, I'll be doing a live reading hopefully in a day or two. Now tomorrow, don't forget, we will be doing, as per usual, our watch party. We'll be doing our Twitch watch parties. The Twitch link is down below. Egotastic FunTime on Twitch. Every Friday we do a watch party. Last week we did a double feature of Enterprise and The Next Generation. I think we might do another double feature tomorrow. Some Star Trek double features. I have to pick the episodes though. I have to find the episodes that I want to watch. So we'll be doing 2 episodes. So don't forget to follow. Click on the Twitch link. Follow so that you get a notification when I go live. Yeah, Raised by Wolves on my list. It looks great. Everyone says it's great. I've only been watching about 1 or 2 shows a week because I'm just so backlogged with work. I signed up for too many things. I got lots of video editing to do, meetings with some of you guys for stuff that we're working on, filming that stuff, and then also doing deliveries. Oh, sorry to hear that, Brian. Yeah, we don't need your stripper money. You keep it for yourself, bud. But I always appreciate your support. I hate it, but now my screen has a crack. Crack is whack. Okay, I need to order dinner. Any suggestions, my peeps? I'm always about Mexican food. Always about Mexican food. Eccleston. Ruby says, I appreciate JP for putting up with the topic jumping. Oh, no, that's what these live shows are for. That's what these live shows are for, Ruby. We could jump to any topic. We got our main topic. Comes in and out. We start with it. Then we start talking about other things because we got lots to catch up on. Comes back. It goes out. Ebbs and flows. We're here to have a conversation about whatever comes up. Right now we're talking about pizza, Sir Craigius. Let's see here. Yeah, not all my buttons work. Button on my buttons, baby.
Lieutenant Malloy has informed me that I would look pretty good with a mustache.
Yeah, 1 vote for pizza. Oh, pizza. Oh, damn, I'm not allowed to eat anything the rest of the day. Damn it. I'm intermittent fasting. I've lost 25 pounds in the last month and a half, you guys. 25 pounds down. Still got a long way to go, because I'm still fat. Who might be another character on Strange New Worlds that might surprise us? McCoy, Robert April. Robert April, I would be okay with, because we don't really know Robert April. Leave McCoy alone. Leave any character I've ever heard of alone. Any character that we know really well, leave them alone, CBS. Make up new characters, please. Or characters we didn't really know about or see. Some villains, sure, whatever. Throw some villains in there. You know, Rainn Wilson was a fun Harry Mudd, sure. Ooh, garbage plate sounds good. Cooked over an open dumpster fire, Archmage. Yeah, right before I started, I was like, okay, I got to get the soundboard working. So I went through and added every single file to the correct button. Don't have all of them there, but I have most of them there. Thanks, Roman. I want to know what the Union is doing with all those captured Kalon bodies. Oh, they should have a lot, right? We might see a new form of AI or digital life from it. Maybe LOL 2.0. We already have LOL 2.0 in the Picard series. That's I can't remember their name anymore. The daughters' names. But that's LOL 2.0. Yeah, they should have a lot of Kalon bodies. What would they be able to do with them? Their scientists might not be able to learn much. Because like when Isaac was shut down, they didn't know what to do. They're like, well, we don't know. And Yaphit's like, oh, I was inside there. I might be able to figure it out. So with Yaphit's knowledge and with Isaac's knowledge, Isaac, I'm sure, will give them all the knowledge that they asked for. He better. That's part of his pittance. What the hell's a garbage plate? It's a plate of garbage cooked over a dumpster fire. Carnivores for the win. Pizza is always a good choice, and you can eat slices the next day. Yeah, that's right. Oh, dang. Hold on. I got to read a thing real quick, you guys. And then I probably got to sign off here. Probably got to sign off. We did a while. Okay. I just got to answer this real quick. People saying, do you think we'll know? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have any leftovers either. I have absolutely no food in my home unless I want to cook something. That's just the way I do. No snacks, no nothing. If I want food, I gotta cook it. No microwave stuff. I gotta take all the ingredients and cook it. That's how I avoid eating when I'm not supposed to eat. It works. Have you seen Doctor Who, and will you watch the festive special when it comes out? I don't want to watch the special because I'm not caught up on the last season and a half. And the season and a half of any show, oh, I don't know if I'll find time. So I I will watch all that stuff, Belinda. I just don't know when. 1 stone, 11 pounds, and proper money. 11 ponds. Craft dinner and hot dogs. Do we know those ships were even manned by crews? They might have been controlled remotely or controlled by an internal Kaylon AI mind. I think they were controlled by crews. I don't think the Kaylon care about saving. They just make more. I mean, the minds might also, if they get destroyed, their minds might just be re-uploaded into a new body. Real whole food, JP. Yeah, if I want to eat, I gotta go make chicken and rice and put it in a pan and put stuff in it. Yeah, I had a breakfast sandwich this morning and coffee, and then I had about 2 o'clock. I had like green beans and Brussels sprouts and a little bit of chicken and a little bit of eggs and water, and now I'm done eating for the day. I can't eat again until the morning, but I lost 25 pounds. All right, you guys. So I want to thank you guys for showing up, hanging out with me, talking about all these cool things: the Orville, Star Trek, the other thing we talked about, Mandalorian. I'm trying to get caught up on bills so that I can get back to making videos, you guys. So just bear with me. I'm doing my best, and we'll get back to it. Maybe I'll just do a bunch of live shows, because I do find that I'm able to rush home, stream for do a live show for a couple hours, and then get back to getting work done. So just be patient with me, you guys. And the Orville's coming back. They're back in production, and I'm definitely going to keep you all updated. Anything that comes out, once I know exactly. Oh, they're actually filming now. Oh, they're doing the table read now. Here's some pictures. Here's some behind the scenes. We'll get you guys all updated. And I want to thank you for all your support. All these great conversations, which is why I do this. Keep the opinions that you have formed yourself about the things that you love or don't love. Just make sure you don't get assigned those opinions. And we'll keep having these great conversations. And I love that, when it comes to Orville, pretty much an echo chamber. We all love it. But all the other stuff, it's diverse conversation. I absolutely adore it. So I'll see you guys very soon. If you want to help support the channel, which really helps me, there's links down below. PayPal, Patreon, all kinds of great stuff. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys very soon. And as always, I hope all your times are Egotastic FunTimes. Jaloja. Love you guys.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a new fun thing.
Fun time, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic FunTime, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, you look like the guy who's on the list because you know the DJ.
Give him all your money. Give him all your money.